For many, the world came to a standstill when the news broke about Steven "Twitch" Boss's death. According to the LA coroner, the death was the result of suicide. In an instant, life for those who cared about him changed forever. The official cause of death of the 40-year-old professional dancer was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The sad events took place at a motel in the Encino area of Los Angeles. The late star's wife, Allison Holker Boss, shared a statement regarding her husband's death. She said her heart was heavy as she shared the news of his death. Steven, according to her, was a source of light in every room he stepped into. Allison added that he valued friends, community, and of course, family most in his life. He lived a life where he always allowed himself to be led by love and light. She said he was the backbone of their family, and there was no better father and husband. Like many great artists, he was an inspiration to the industry and to his fans. A tearful Allison also said her husband left more than just a legacy. He made a positive impact wherever he went, and it will continue to be felt for years to come. His family, she said, will honor his memory every day and every moment. Allison concluded her post with a personal message to her late husband. "Steven, we love you, we miss you, and I will always save the last dance for you." Heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. Boss got his first big streak on the Wade Robson project on MTV.
And confidence going into these spaces with these choreographers because I'd already worked with them at Vegas Week and they were all part of the scoring system.
After that, he was a runner-up on Star Search. He was also a contestant on So You Think You Can Dance. That was back in 2008. In 2022, he returned as a judge. In 2014, Boss became a guest DJ on The Ellen DeGeneres Show.
Dance is something that I've been passionate about before I knew what passion was. I was the only guy in dance class. I was the only guy on my high school.
His charisma and charm made him a permanent fixture in no time, and by 2020, he was co-executive producer. Ellen also posted on Insta. She told the world she was heartbroken and that her experience of Twitch was nothing but the purest light and love. She called him to her family and said she loved him completely.
I feel like that dude from Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I was gonna
Yeah, that's you. That's you.
From far and wide, stars and celebs started paying their respects. Jennifer Lopez, JoJo Siwa, and Jada Pinkett Smith was quick to post. Pinkett Smith told of his kind, sweet, and generous he was. She also spoke about the thousands of people who suffer in silence when they don't have to. Allison and Twitch tied the knot in December 2013.
Hold on a second, babe. 146?
Well, I didn't know they were going to show that clip today.
Their 9th anniversary was only 3 days before his untimely death. When she posted about it, she was bubbling over with excitement. She was obviously ecstatic. Allison recalled the magical day they got married and called it one of the best decisions she had ever made. Twitch replied with a love note of his own. All seemed well, more than actually. Nobody would have guessed the turmoil he was going through at the time. Twitch's death was a suicide from a gunshot wound. The LA County Medical Examiner said there were no indications of any kind of foul play. Twitch had apparently left a suicide note at the scene. In it, he spoke briefly about his past challenges and struggles. Allison apparently arrived at an LAPD station on December 13th. She was frantic. Twitch had left their house and hadn't returned. And most importantly, he'd left without his car. It wasn't like him. Around 11 a.m., a 911 call came in about a medical emergency at a motel in Encino. The motel is less than a mile from the home Allison and Twitch shared. Tragically, he was found deceased in the bathroom adjoining the room he'd booked. From what we can gather, he checked into the motel on the morning of December 12th. This was the day before he died. He traveled from his home to the motel in an Uber. Once he had checked in, he switched his phone to silent. When asked, the staff at the motel said he showed no indication of stress.
Of So You Think You Can Dance set me up with Twitch. Twitch came over to my house and he helped me try to copy it. It was like a crash course in getting to know each other.
And he didn't seem upset in the slightest. He had only a small back with him, and he booked a room for one night only. When he missed his checkout the next morning, staff phoned his room. When they didn't respond, they got worried. Management opened the door, saw a body on the floor, and immediately called the police. Nobody had heard a gunshot during Twitch's stay. Allison Holker and the kids are taking the brunt of the pain. The two first met at a party in 2006. They only reconnected in 2010. This was when they were both on So You Think You Can Dance. There was no romance yet though. That didn't happen until August of that year. At the wrap party of So You Think You Can Dance, they got closer. The fires had been ignited. An engagement followed in 2013. Twitch actually proposed to Allison while he was filming a commercial. They got married that same December. The Paso Robles winery of Nigel Lithgow, the creator and judge of So You Think You Can Dance, played host to the event. In 2016, Maddox, their first child, was born. There are now two kids. Maddox is 6 and Zaya, their daughter, is 3. When she was speaking to people in 2022, Allison said she knew Twitch was the love of her life within 3 weeks of their first date.
I think I was. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, really? Because I know when I turned from camera to specifically do some booty action.
That's incredible.
Ironically, Twitch took a little longer to come around. It happened 3 months after they first danced together at the wrap party of So You Think You Can Dance. Then they went on their first date.
And y'all, since this is a Boss Family affair, you know we need to introduce everyone to our in-house toy experts.
While they were out, they came across a house that was being remodeled. The two promptly decided to have a look around. They hopped over the fence and found the door was open. At that point, he said, he knew that this was the woman for him. In October of last year, Allison spoke to OK Magazine. She gushed about how the couple was still in the honeymoon phase of the relationship. She also told of how much time they were spending together, especially now that they shared an office. She added that she knows many people think that sounds crazy, but both of them loved it. They had the opportunity to be together all day. She called it just living our best married life. For her, the honeymoon phase just never ended. Allison often commented how people around them mentioned how in love they seemed.
Hey.
Fine.
So we
I
got-
won.
So we got, no you didn't.
I said,
No, you
even
didn't.
if the number that's
No,
closest,
that's not,
the
no,
number that's
that's
closest.
not.
Comments like, oh my gosh, you guys are still in that lovey phase, came their way all the time. And according to her, they never got out of that phase. It is clear that Allison and Twitch shared the most amazing respect for each other. She often said it was easy to respect him as a man because he treats her with such respect. That means that they could remain engaged with each other's lives. And their close friends and family agree. They never did anything for each other without it being followed by a deep thank you. Allison and Twitch went the extra mile for each other. His death is one of the saddest events of 2022, not only for his family and the entertainment industry, but for fans around the world.